Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
All right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the broadcast here, our final game of the night coming at you, Starletter I-League StarSeries American Qualifiers. Complexity versus Team Freedom, Game 2. Complexity up 1-0. Again, I'm joined by my co-caster here, Z-Rock. And Complexity, I mean, they just honestly looked impressive in that first game. I don't know if Team Freedom necessarily played that poorly. It's just Complexity was the better team in that game 1, Z-Rock.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah. So now here we are at the draft of the second game, and interesting start to this one too, as you would expect. But Leshrac picked up by Team Freedom, almost like a takeaway from Complexity, but also, of course, running themselves do well. But Rubik, Juggernaut response, and then Sven, actually the second pick for Freedom. But I mean, you know Freedom pretty well. Are they comfortable with Leshrac as well?
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Really?
5 seconds remaining.
It's getting it's getting late strat. So we just want to be done, damn it now. Yeah, that'll be curious to see if that perhaps comes up here. But Centaur coming out for Complexity. All right, with a third pick, immediate Evoker pick though. For both the captains seem pretty confident with what they. There we go. Silencer now coming out. We're just flying through this draft all of a sudden.
Ten seconds remaining.
Freedom thinking about their fourth one. Okay, spending a little bit more time now may actually dip into that reserve time. One. You figure they got Sven as the one, you got Invoker, of course, mid, and then Leshrac has that support most likely. So still need another support in the off lane. The roles that fine right here. But Silencer on the other side, and that could always be just one of those difficult heroes to go against. And wonder if that's going to be a core or a support Silencer. Is a question that's brought up.
Yeah, at this point I think it could be, they're plenty fine flexing it in the slot. So it's just a question of, do you think Mata's Invoker Silencer? And I think normally the answer to that is no. Unless you're going to have a lot of roams, a lot of break the lanes up.
Yeah.
But I'm super good right now. Gets its levels, it does damage, and it lane. Because if you ever leave, Starsky will kill your character. It does.
Seems like it, so gonna look to take advantage of that. We'll see if Monkeys, of course, you'd figure, going to be the one to get his hands on that, being the offlane player. But all right, Freedom really dipping into that extra time now, the reserve time here, and we went flying through this draft, all of a sudden slowing down a bit.
Yeah, I think they're trying to find mics here. Wow.
Whoa.
That's a hero that hasn't existed patch.
Oh. He was played a couple of times at Dota Pit, I want to say, but
yep.
Yeah,
I think it did very well.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's an
5 seconds remaining.
But, I mean, all this is saying yet again, kind of the freedom. Right? If you snowball in less, then you stun and you have the. It does do a lot, but Plexi can kind of temper that aggression with stuff like Stampede. You out of range of the snowball, just spinning it with bugs, you know, even globaling it right as they come up. So a lot of answers.
Have not casted a Tusk game yet, so this will be One for me as well. That should be fun to watch. I mean, Tuska potentially could be a fun hero, but not a popular one. So yeah, we'll see how this works. You mentioned the snowball though, and they already have a team that will be pretty good against it, and they're just going to finish with an axe though. All right.
Now we're going to have to see what they do with this. It's their X factor this game. They go a bunch of R's early game, go stuff like lads again. We're going to again have to look to
10 seconds remaining.
5 minutes, or they're going to really struggle.
5 seconds remaining.
Incredibly well. Bouncer does well throughout the game. Rubik just gets better as it goes on.
Reserve time.
Again, this kind of feels like an early game versus more balanced draft.
Go for the cutthroat early on, so see if that play style definitely reflects that, and if they're able to pull it off, or if Complexity going to hold it. And, that's probably what's going through Melon's head right now as well, as far as, that's their game plan, so what do we want to do with this final pick? Kind of answer that. Necro! Love it. Yeah. Necro's in, because I brought this up before, that now in the European region, Team Liquid has actually been running a fair amount of Necro, and they're the top team actually in the European region right now. They've won a lot of their, I don't know the exact stats, but they won at least the 2 or 3 games that I watched them play with it. So
it's an incredibly strong hero, especially just how difficult he is. Don't burst him down off on somebody. He's going to be full health by the end, and catapult into 2 or 3. He gets more than 1, you're never going to kill him. So it's one of those heroes I think if you're playing head is borderline broken. Do fall a little behind, it can traction. Cruise is a pretty good comeback mechanic. Ball does fall too far.
5 seconds remaining.
They lack a little bit of.
Yeah, that ghost shroud's going to be very powerful for Neko. Feel like as well, the spin, the axe. Come out and even affect him there. So yeah, definitely a unique draft again. Whenever Team Freedom's in the series, though, I just find that's just going to happen. So they really do like to draft some funky stuff. But Complexity, yeah, going with the Neko, like I was talking about though. But this is not a hero that has been picked up a lot, despite the hype around it and the change of the skill set, and kind of consider more of a pub stomp hero, I feel like. But I think it's going to be something that slowly starts to gain more and more traction. I really do. Again, Liquid really making it very good use of it in the European qualifiers over there, and perhaps this is a continuing of that. But we'll see. We'll see who's this week. Yeah.
So I do very, very strong. There are some answers obviously be against him, and even just a pipe can mitigate a ton of damage there. But far out of control. In the late, all it takes is one. We're setting their death timers back on. They can win the game off that.
It's pretty ridiculous. At level 1 of the Reaper side, already 10 seconds added onto that time. And obviously all the way up to 30 seconds by the time the late game comes around. So, the Sunstrike. Connect right there, doing a little bit of damage, getting some vision there, but
saw the smoke.
Yeah. What will they do with that information? Question. Smoke themselves to the bottom lane. Deep Freak though, he already placed the ward down, so aggressive vision, but of course not going to see them. Yeah, they are smoked up.
Dangerous, but I don't know if it's better than Blade. There's 4 heroes for Complexity, right? And Freedom can probably get 1 with a snowball into a stun. Get anything more than
behind the trees right here, but Complexity, I mean, they're ready to fight. They are. The good luck half punch coming out, almost distract them a little bit, if anything, but not going to see that initiation just yet. Eagle. He's going to do a little bit of taunting action. Walks away, and that's going to be the end of that. So both teams going to go to their own runes, most likely, and get that bounty rune control. So it should be a 2-2 split right here. They did get a ward down here at the bottom lane at the tower. So Team Freedom.
So each team did get 1 ward up that is going to stick, which is good for the early game. But the ward that Radiant kind of lets you know how aggressive that off lane is going to be, what's actually coming at you, and you can reposition your lane fast enough that you're not going to lose.
Dusk setting up down here with the Sven as well as the Leshrac, so we are going to see that aggressive trial lane coming out on the side of Team Freedom, and now how's Complexity going to answer to that? Melon's on the Silencer, they got Moo, of course, on Necro. Z-Free eventually down there, but oh, is he pulling? Okay. Trying to pull.
He's trying to, but still kind of coming back to bite him, but he can just jungle his tower will hit it.
Using the tower, okay, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you eat that one specific tower hits.
That's experience. I saw the last game doing the dual jungle strategy with the Darkseer and the Slaughter, and mentioned how useful that was early on, so for Trickseer, being done by Z-Freak especially. Efficient farm. Bottom lane, though, going to be pushed in with the creep wave, and obviously Freedom picking up on that, possibly some kind of pull going on. Head on over, but not going to be able to catch anyone just yet. But it seems like Freedom's... This is a pretty scary, aggressive trial lane, right?
It is, but with on Necro, it's kill. The extra healing that he can have when he's in Ghost Shroud, the fact that he's just so little man. We'll see right here.
There's a double stun. He isn't able to get that Ghost Shroud off yet. Finally, he gets it off, though. The heals to follow. And he's going to run them down with a slow. But now Moo's kind of trapped somewhat. So, yeah, he almost got a little too ambitious there as far as chasing them back. But he falls back, and he has another heal if need be. Splitter's going to miss that time around the lift onto Leshrac. They're going to turn kill onto him, but Necro's not nearby just yet. Not going to range for another death pulse. Another curse, though, comes out. Eagle may actually fall right here. No, the Chinese comes out before able to be off. But top lane, kind of going at it, but no one's going to die up there either. But yeah, a lot of harassment between the two lanes there. How about that fight back from Complexity?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I thought. Crowd is so good right now, and they committed everything. Storm bolts they used, less everything they had, and still couldn't bring him down.
BSJ will just have to farm what he can here as the creep lane is pushed up, but Melon's again going to attempt to pull. We'll get the range creep at least. Middle lane matchup. Let's take a look at that real quickly. Obviously, focus on that bottom lane, but Juggernaut versus the Invoker. Invoker 5-2, Juggernaut 9-8, so cancel. Much better time here in the middle lane. Is that surprising?
No, I don't think at all. When you spin on an Invoker, little he can do it. That you kind of push him off the wave, and if he does get away from you.
I caught that down there on camera at least. He killing a Rubik right there. He seemed like Complexity was one trying to make a move, and actually starts to block him in. The Split Earth hits, and Necro might actually fall. He will. He couldn't get the heal off in time. Melons, all he could do is throw out that curse. Now Freak running back in. Almost getting the turn kill on an Eagle. Not going to be enough, though. So that ended up kind of snowballing right there, for lack of a better word, in favor of Team Freedom.
Yeah, the Sunstrikes are huge X Factor. I like this a lot. Supplementing that's going to let them kill Mood Ghost Shroud. It's very easy to hit. Very, very heads up play from he's actually fighting cancel.
Good Invoker player, make it look easy, man. It is a difficult task, but yeah, as long as you're on top of it, then that can be very, very useful for yourself and your team. Bottom lane again, Necro's in trouble. Snowball in, wow! Couldn't even get a heal off. I mean, he only turned about 70% life, and Melons is also in trouble. This is going to be dope. He can't do a damn thing again. No CC coming out from him. Well, maybe, actually, as it gets a little bit of the creep block thrown out there. And he will be able to TP away, so at least Melon survives. But once again, Necro falling. Now look at Moo. He's actually headed towards the top lane now, so I think Complexity is like, all right, this is not working down here.
Now, once you give up the couple kills, in most Tri-V, hard. They have a level advantage on you. They have items. It becomes way too hard to.
Middle matchup here again. Cancel having a much better time as you mentioned. Not really too much surprise. The totem comes out. The regen rune actually followed up in that bottle there, but Moo's going to take over the top lane as Monkeys. We'll start to rotate now, find Axe doing a little bit of jungling. Axe is level 6, does have a Culling Blade, but concerned about that. He's trying to hit level 6 himself. Yeah, that's speed, I'm sure, but...
And he's hit the point already in the lane where he can go jungle very effectively. So there doesn't really be a lane from can use the kind of run around. Dagger tries.
If they are, Curse comes out. Melon's running right into a trap. They'll center nearby, but not close enough. This is a dead silencer for sure. A Coaling Blade to really do him, and the snowball not even necessary. Centaur will forward bot, and while it happens, though, and pick up farm down there. So, not playing the sacrificial lamb was Melon's vision at least, but kill. Yes, middle lane. Cancel him. Okay. He has Omni Slash, but there.
He'll started to be there, but can't. Not sure what he's gonna look to. Very, very susceptible to just.
Battle Hunger is going to be taken off by Cancel right there as he just spins away. Yeah, but Leshrac choosing to instead protect the bottom lane, figuring he's the only one down here, I guess, and if anything, kind of soak up some experience. Might as well get that solo XP as Ix Mike is rotating over. Do a little bit of jungling himself. Speaking of jungling, Necro, Moo is not having the prettiest start. He's really just trying to find farm where he can. It's proven to be a difficult task. Only 6 minutes into the game now. Time Stampede. Okay, they're gonna chase down Eagle at the bottom lane. The hook's up on top, and there's that double edge. I mean, he just melts. No chance, really.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was placed. The risk of that happening is so high. Maybe he thought the level or two he was out of that lane stuff, but punished the out of the lane and back to Centaur free farming. He has Hood Tranquils already 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Centaur again tanking up quite a bit. Do you think he's gonna get that Blink Dagger next?
Yeah. I don't see more. We really just needed fights.
Well, also build, we did see a Centaur recently. He actually did skip the Blink, and I found that curious. But yeah, he just really tanked up. You know, the Vanguard.
Did he go like Vanguard into
the
Heart?
The Pipe, the Heart eventually. So yeah, this really became massive.
We tend to see that here and there with characters. Offlaner, you have more other parts of your lineup, but in this kind of lineup, he is their initiation button. They really need the Blink to be able to take these.
Makes sense there. As top lane, things coming out. Cancel's running up here, but he's seen doing this. There is that ward being placed early in Freedom. In fact, they're going to rotate around. They know he's hiding in these trees. Oh no. Cancel's going to pop out. Went for an Omni Slash, but actually gets stunned first. They don't have enough initial damage, but the shards are going to block him in. And he can't spin through there, so very good ward. Yeah, you see him circling the area. He's like, they got to have vision over this. Right, but a big kill for Freedom.
Yeah, this is a much better. Their lineup has some mid-game, not all the stuns that they were last game. So this is something they could potentially. Bigger, your CSJ almost having his dump. Another 200 gold, and that'll be ready. Axe does. They're in a good position. Take some more aggressive. Cool.
There's that defensive use of the Stampede being used. Necro, he's being chased out of the top lane, but Stampede, and he easily runs it off. Chance to catch up to him, so. But we'll be on cooldown now for another 65 seconds as bottom lane. D-Freak and the Centaur, they're going to be pushing it out. You got Eagle once again doing what he can to protect. Now, without the Stampede, he's probably not as concerned.
Not as concerned. So Z-Freak is the man he has to be. Watch his position.
Try to get a little aggressive, but can't get the lift off, and instead will have to fall back themselves. Middle lane, Invoker keeping his distance as Cancel's just pushing it out. Kind of finished those phase earlier on in the game. Him and Invoker really kind of tied in the net. Actually gone on in the early game, but the top net worth is actually Axe.
Yeah, the offlaners here. Oh, farm, because they kind of just ignored farm. Waves, they really just stared at each other and took last hits. Both of them got really scared first, and he's going to look to make that really quickly.
Middle lane, they try to make a play right there on to Cancel, but not able to stop that spin TP. Z-Freak, he's going to try to throw him away and get him. Oh, he stole the tornado as well. Beautiful combo. The Stampede comes out. He's going to dodge a Sunstrike and the Ice Shards. And he has a Shrine right here to use just in case. Beautiful escape from Rubik. I mean, there's a reason Z-Freak's really being known as one of the better Rubik players in the world lately.
Yeah, he's very, very high.
Invisibility.
Great steal from him, and I like the aggressive run. kind of changed the way Freedom was running at him. Telekinesis first instead of may have saved this.
Very smart decision indeed. And actually, up here, Z-Freak, he's got the invis. He still has that tornado. Will he use it right here to stop Ike's Mike? No, he will not. But Tomato's left by himself. There is a shrine though, so he needs that support nearby, of course, to be able to do anything here. Really just playing a moving ward at this point.
Yeah, very much so. Gathering in from that.
Open, hit the Cyclone. Here comes the hoof stomp. There's the toss back, the double edge. There we go. Spin for it's in, but he's just a little bit too late, and Rubik's like, I'll take that. It's done.
Yeah, BSJ has his top. Probably looking. They're in a pretty good spot overall with net worth, but you don't want to sit back and let. Once he gets this, it's going to be extremely lethal. About.
He supports as well at the center now. Wanted to push in this tower. He sees Z-Freak. He's trying to get close enough. He has that stun follow-up as well. Gonna be able to use it right here, but he realized that the support is coming in. Stampede activated. Double kick in the flank. Z-Freak still running away though with that Stampede. They do stun Centaur instead, but again, he is damn beefy. It's not beefy enough, though. He will go down. Tusk finishes off Rubik off to the side. And they also got Silencer prior to that, who was running completely the other direction. Trying to distract him, if anything. So beautiful fight for Freedom again, though. 3 for nothing. Now they're going to counterpunch. They made that work, man.
Yeah, really well played. Everyone there for target selection. They probably have only gotten the Rubik ball onto him. But instead, opting for the Centaur, they were able to. Rubik didn't have any.
Dead. At the Golden Blade.
No, he missed the dart.
Oh, he actually, yeah.
Healing word. Just little unfortunate.
That was a good job by Tusk. I mean, we're seeing the potential of Tusk too. These ice shards are actually pretty annoying to deal with a hero like Juggernaut. His middle lane Invoker. Oh, the EMP coming off right there in response, actually, from Rubik. He's good at stealing these Evoker abilities, but Silencer going a little too deep, trying to finish him off. He'll get turned, and the curse not going to be enough damage as he ports back to base to secure surviving right there. So, another kill for Freedom now, 10-2 in this early game. Complexity.
Yeah, very good start for anyone in the chat. Bet on first 10 kills. Congratulations. But yeah, this is the build they want to go. BSJ's got Alma. They're ready to run it. I don't think they're sitting back and farming out. Blink is just now done as well. They kind of hit all of their major items. So I'm expecting to go very good.
There's the call on a Juggernaut. Is there now follow-up? He has that cooling blade coming up just now, but the global silence used, and Tusk, he's going to feel the pain. He feels the size of the Necro right there. They also pick off back off to the side. BSJ trying to chase down Cancel, but realizing out the poor decision. He's going too deep. Warcry's not going to be enough, and he also falls. And now it's Complexity's turn to win some fights. Damn it. They have beautiful shard block. Guess who? From Rubik. And they finish off Leshek as well.
Got a full EMP from the stolen EMP. That was insane.
He's doing work here for Complexity. That is plays. You gotta think this game would be much different right now, but and he knows his hero well, and you talk about a hero that's worth banning against Complexity. Rubik's starting to climb up that list pretty quickly. Not already. So they easily get the secondary tower, and then they smoke away actually. Immediately, so they're in that full objective mode. And so you talked about Team Freedom coming online, and they just got some big items, and now they're ready to fight. That didn't go as planned.
Yeah, they took way to commit to there. They knew he didn't have Omni Slash call without extra abilities, and not Sun.
That should help.
The EMP came down from Rubik, and the lift into stolen shards just did so much work. Kind of a bit of a misplay to hold some held. At the very least, they should caught.
Walrus Punch is ready. Charge once going to block in Necro. He's not going to heal off. There we go with the Walrus Punch. And down goes Moose. So good Leshek credit for the kill right there. But I gotta say, Moo has not necessarily been most useful, it feels like, for the team this game. despite Complexity winning that last fight. Monkeys, meanwhile, he's trying to run away this whole time. He has a Blink Dagger. Able to use it and then TP out, actually. So he escapes from the chance by Team Freedom to jump him at the bottom lane.
Yeah, I really like the Aghanim quick buy as well. It makes it so whoever the decide to go on, the Stampede will mitigate a ton of that damage first place, and really a heads-up item pickup. A lot of work.
60% damage reduction, that is pretty insane. Z-Freak, he still has those ice shards, remember. He's going to be blocked in. He's going to toss away the Leshrac, and he's going to block out Toss. Z-Freak can cover the neutrals. Yes, he gets killed by the neutral. It just doesn't stop. Meanwhile, the turn onto Leshrac decides to finish him off and putting on that timer that much longer. It is level 2 now as well, so that's another 20 seconds at it for that Leshrac. What more is there to say? I mean, this is just a godlike Rubik game.
Yeah, Z-Freak is definitely getting the MVP of this game. He's played out of his
tower is under attack.
Kind of Dom. Definitely an interesting item pickup, but it does let him counter Dom BSJ grabs. So I like the item pickup from him, and once he gets this core staff,
yeah, he's done this the last couple of games we've seen him play Rubik, actually, I want to say. He loves to get the helm of the Dominator. As he said, it's not only just for the good support item, but also to steal the other team's Dom creep, perhaps, and then I think he likes to get that blink next to court. It's pretty traditional.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He has staff in this quick.
Okay.
But they both do very nice part about 4 staff is hit by them and try to blink. May definitely.
This Sven, it's kind of died off a bit. I mean, he got that helm of the Dominator you're talking about, but really hasn't been able to kind of excel with that farm. He's way down there, 6th in the game overall, 1,500 net worth. He is building a Blink Dagger next, so he's going to build us more of this initiator, not necessarily the damage like an Echo Saber or anything like that. Do you like this decision here?
I mean, I think it's just that's the position you want to be in with the Sven, but it's just kind of how the game's turned, and they really have to get something done here. Yeah. Defense farm is just going to keep trailing off while ever accelerating. It's a rough spot right now.
I believe this is Rubik's Creep right here. The Mud Golem in the front lines, kind of scouting things out and some information as that Hurl Boulder ready to go. Doom in the previous game. Take advantage of that, but not going to connect on anyone. Again, playing kind of that moving ward, still working out for the Silencer. Gets out for the bottom lane before he gets caught. Silencer, she's going to go the full on power treads, by the way. Being himself up a little bit. Being set up for eventual semi carry.
Treads kind of fall out of favor on a lot of people, but we're seeing a couple people on up this game. Necro did go that instead of going Arcane's Mac. Swindle, as you said, pick him up as well, and a little bit of an odd. Working out well for them. Treads are just, you can have extra int, extra strength, kind of pick what you need.
Top lane, Snowball in, yeah, he's going to go for Juby right here. Actually steals, but Snowball, yeah, the icon didn't show up over here. Anyways, he gets the Snowball himself, so, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a big play from Secret. Okay, didn't come the hook stop on his man, by the way, in the middle lane, double let's use. Gonna try to TP out of time. No!
Wow. TP took so long.
Felt like it. Wow. I want to say but he did, but man, that was like a half second away if that. Eagle gets picked off, meanwhile, by Z-Freak. Did he use the Snowball? Of course he did. Way down here, finds the Leshrac. Here's the kid.
Oh, Z. One could literally make a highlight reel game for him.
Yeah, and it would get many of that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Post it on my.
So Mu is coming into relevance here. He got his Blink Veil. He's working for the Aghanims, and he has that. He's just this huge threat where if you fall under about 40, go by, and he's gonna be able to get gold off the team fight and just do a lot of work.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, he really has been useless, but just not really have impact at all for Complexity, it feels like so far, but you're right. Once he gets the Scythe especially, all of a sudden he's a massive threat once again. Even with this the Blink as well as the Veil, amp ups the damage pretty well. Obviously, cancel on Juggernaut also doing pretty good himself. Has the Yasha, 2,200 gold saved up to the Manchester next. They're going to smoke into the Roshan bit. They realize it's not happening. They're going to try to finish it off, but Complexity knows this. They do not want to give this up, I'm sure. No? Ow.
It was just so low, I think that it actually realized. Hard to get everyone there. Sure wasn't quite there yet. Jug was definitely in a bad position. So, minor position.
Ben is the one to pick it up here. He does have that, the Blink Dagger, as we mentioned, so
I have no idea why they would. Ben is borderline broke.
Centaur, he's hard to kill. Walrus Punch trying to assist, but he pops Stampede at the pipe, or the Hooded Defiance even. Will be enough to easily escape. I mean, not many heroes can do what he just did right there, survive all that upfront damage, but he does.
He does.
Away.
Yeah, it looks like they're too hard to stop predicting it. If they are going to position up here, it looks like to take top. So, see if Centaur comes up to join them, or if they just fall back up.
Can't leave him the way. That main stop just around the corner now. Almost finishing it, but Evoker making its way up there. Does have the yield. Next. Farm obviously coming out for him, but he could be in some trouble if they jump him up here. You mentioned though, Centaur not with them. Bottom, and he is their initiator, so. Out Centaur. Only the threat of jumping anyone over here.
Yeah, you can sort of jump some by using Moo with Blink type Veil right away. Fun. It works very well because you can get so much and basically just kill them before the
chance for that there, as everyone's pretty much coming up for Team Freedom. And Z-Freak gonna make his escape. He does have a Warcry stolen currently. Well, sexy ability, but it's a helpful one.
Yeah, very good against. But we Gag's done on Centaur, so it's for
I'll take that as
fights and really run at them.
Yeah, how long does it last for? It's duration 4 seconds. Okay. Your 60% damage reduction running over cliffs and everything for 4 seconds. So, sounds pretty strong. Complexity here.
Yeah, it's such an in-depth. Use it as damage mitigation, use it the way into a. You can even use it as a down a cliff that they can't go down. Just put yourself in a weird positioning. I hope we see take team fights. See what Complexity does.
KB is being worked on by Team Freedom as Axe jumps in, but to no avail right there. Was somebody there, but not for long. So, missing, but Complexity grouping up, heading towards the top lane. They do see their middle tower being pushed in, of course. Seems like they're a little indecisive in terms of what they want to do. They're kind of splitting up. Z-Freak and Centaur, they're going to the middle lane. Tornado miss right there, but they're in position to maybe get some kind of jump, but not going to happen. It's at the top lane, continuing to be pushed in by Complexity, though. The TP from the Sven, it looks like. And he's going to go for the jump on a cancel, but he pops the main cell. He does still get the stun up, however. Now Axel's going to come in with the big calling blade. Excuse me, Berserker's go on top of that, but the global silence used in terms of counter initiation, and the Omni Slash will tear right through Spin and take him out. Centaur in the background, the Stampede already activated. He gets the combo on a touch. The touch will fall. EMP in the midst of everyone, but I don't think it's really going to hit anyone, unfortunately. Rubik, what does he have? He has the Stormhammer. Go back in and make a play with it, but Complexity winning that fight initially. Only Tusk dying. Got it, actually. I guess they got the 8.
Yeah, they did. It was just kind of a chaotic fight. The mood never did find it. Everyone was too high. The Tusk was really going to drop, and he didn't. But a little surprised. They do take that. Game definitely.
That chart right here, and Freedom has had a little bit of the net worth lead, upwards of about 2,000 right here, 2,000 experience lead, but mentioned Complexity, kind of pull back for them, not having to deal with the Aegis anymore. Centaur charging in, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch anyone. Team Freedom falling back just in time.
Regeneration.
Jump actually gap in, so Axe just around the corner now for Tomato here on the Invoker. Going through some talent trees here just to make sure. Have 10% evasion choice on Centaur, but yeah, that over the magic resist probably makes sense.
Yeah, overall, I think hood, and so you have enough already, and you're never going to go butterfly in most of them. So, the way to get some awkward item.
Big kill, as you would expect. Meanwhile, the turn though coming out. The snowball in for the flank, and Rubik actually going to be thrown in the air. He's freaking after 4-step away, trying to live throughout all this. Necro, meanwhile, he's on the run too. In comes the spin from Cancel. They will pick off Necro. Remember, they do not have Invoker though, so missing out some good damage from him. Tusk picked up, and double kill for Melons actually. Leshrac goes down as well. Axe is able to TP away. The only survivor throughout all of that, so they got Necro, but they used a lot on him in turn, and all of a sudden the Complexity team came out.
Yep. That so close. Voker was died right away. That fight goes so differently. But
yeah. I said, oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, look, Dyer's
taking these fights to finally do that and take some more dynamic fights where they're not just running a building, but really seeing the just not having items. He's so insane. Not doing enough. Up just short.
Rex right here, yeah. BKB still trying to finish that. I mean, that will help, of course, be a bit of a difference maker, but him and Axe, for that matter, both still trying to finish up their BKBs. And going to be that next tier of, okay, at least we have these items now. Let's try to make play with these. Rubik, bottom lane, is going to push that with a Fade Bolt. Fall back. He currently has a Berserker's Call. It's kind of an odd ability, I feel like, to have as a Rubik.
Yeah, not one you definitely want to have. The one cute... Like, if someone's chasing you, you just call them in T.
Oh, that's good. That is true. That, and also, it does provide armor. I mean, 40 bonus armor ain't too shabby. Slight benefit there, too. And Tarp.
That's true.
Back a little too much. Leshrac, by the way, he's actually found some pretty good farm. He Yules as well as that Blink Dagger. Working toward the Forest Staff, so...
Yeah, he definitely found some items, and it's giving goal lift. Cancel and Z-Freak up at some awkward times has proven really nice for them. And like what Freedom has put other than the fact, but I think with some smoke, if they found one or two heroes on Complex, could end up taking a fight. But they're kind of doing what they did last other in objectives, and I'm not sure if this play.
Almost be forced to do it right now. At least they're making that decision as a split push in the top secondary, but their bottom secondary being taken out. Now Complexity going right into the base. By the way, Centaur with that Reaver now picked up. So he's 3,000 life full. Hard to harass, of course, around the corner for him. So they're going to keep going. Centaur blanks in, doesn't catch anyone. Meanwhile, Leshrac and BSA, they're going to push the tower in herself. Complexity, they get the tower killed themselves. It's actually pretty even, but they're going to be exchanging blast right here, apparently. You gotta wonder if this is actually favoring Complexity or not.
No, this was extremely heads up from their guys there. I thought they were porting back, but Sang does get them a melee axe, so they're gonna trade in a situation where they didn't really want to. So, very, very heads up play for.
Yeah, and they did a good job of evading, and as you said, you know, the worst case would have been that your guys at base dying. Well, as I say that one could be happening. Walrus punch in action. Gets done as well, and Playmill ain't gonna save him, and meanwhile the Scythe to take out Tusk. So he's dead for a good 60 seconds right here. Poker in the flank position. There's the buyback on the Tusk. He doesn't want to have to wait all that time. They're still pushing, so... And that was kind of that worst case scenario. But Sven and Leshrac, they're actually going middle lane now. So this is a very curious here. Who will be favored this time around? How fast will they be to get that tower?
This is a bizarre way to play. Both teams just... It's a game to see.
Yeah.
We can send two.
Game of chicken. Oh, the Sunstrike connects on a Juggernaut. Well played right there by Sato. Get that kill. Now Monkey T is in trouble. Stamping that up for another 12 seconds. Now won't get up in time, and the damage a little bit to Mono guaranteed kill as well, and stops a little bit of a streak right there. Now the middle tower was saved. It drops below half life, but Complexity did get the middle tower on Team Freedom side, so they do come out as a slight advantage there.
Yeah, very slight. Just odd trades all around. The nice part for Sven here is it does give him some items. Taking racks is a lot of gold for you. And so for somebody as far behind as he is, it really does give him a nice little step.
Good.
Because he finished the BKB, and it looks like he's going to go AC now. He's looking to more so add damage to the whole team, realizing he's not going to be the right clicker on the team.
Hasn't been so far, but you know what? AC, good item to have for a team in general, so nothing wrong with that. They're going to go for Roshan this time from the beginning. Last time they were able to steal it. Still going to work out. I mean, Complexity kind of, they're porting in as Rubik does, but just don't know if they're going to get here in time. It's going to be another case. They're going to be just a little bit too late. They are going to catch Axe off to the side. Go for a quick kill on Axe. But down goes the Aegis. VSJ picks it up. And now I expect it to go for the TP away. Meanwhile, over here, another bit of a fight taking place this move. And I catch anyone, though. And actually, Team Freedom manages to get away with everyone. Wow.
And I was really hoping to throw Mike back over the ledge and pit and just stun the people doing Roche and then blink in. Try to steal it. But they almost got Mike, the new
Radiant's middle tower is taking a drubbing.
And again though, on BSJ, not sure about this, would have Tomato.
Gonna give it to Sven though, so he will be the one with it, but as you're talking about, yeah, he's not necessarily the primary damage dealer, it feels like this game, but gonna be that front liner. Poker though does have a Lincolns now, so coming a little bit more harder to kill. He is level 20, did not get his level 20 just yet. Use this for there when he does. Level 3 ulti on Necro, by the way, now up as he's level 18. Again, that's pretty significant because that means now 30 seconds added, as well as only a 25-second cooldown on the ability.
And he's probably gonna go Shiva, add some extra armor, and then I wouldn't be surprised to see Octarine come out, reducing.
Z-Freak. He's gonna force Staff away. He's trying to get away from this axe right here. Battle Hunger, though, making it somewhat difficult, but apparently he's gonna be sneaky enough. Nope, there's more here now. He's gonna throw in a stun and blinks away initially. Snowball coming out, though, finally connects. And they're gonna kill the God Z-Freak. The Stampede unable to help him get away. Despite the valiant effort there. Pursuit. I was gonna say though about Necro. Oh yeah, he has the Yules now, and the Shiva is gonna be coming along as well. So it's bulking up here.
He just wants to make Ken. If he doesn't die, waits and he gets to out death pulses. It's just too much for most.
And Jar though with that newly carded Tarask, Monkeys is gonna push in the lane. Force a response out of Team Freedom. TP's just yet. More so the middle area as I expect. First he goes in, but the blink reaction is a little too quick. Cancelo goes for the middle racks, but probably not going to happen. Maybe we'll be able to clear them out pretty quickly right there. So another fallback from Complexity. Only able to commit all the way.
Problem here with draft and the fact that don't push lanes out very quickly. Centaur can do it fairly efficiently, but the rest of your heroes need to use spells or wait for a cool. And that extra time is starting to a little bit because Freedom's keeping their waves just shoved in. Whole entire lane. Bottom lane, they back and react wave beating at the building. So splitting them up in a way.
Actually reminding me a little bit of who are they playing? They were playing Team Onyx, I want to say, and Flea, who's currently standing in for them for a bit, and he was playing Invoker that game, just like Tomato is this time around, and he was just constantly split pushing on Complexity. Complexity found themselves, despite winning kind of like they are here somewhat with team fights and everything, their base was getting pushed into the point where they ended up losing the game because it just became too much to handle, and by the time the late game came around, they just got outplayed and also outscaled the opposition, so
yeah,
here it feels like.
It does feel that way.
Take that as tribute.
Poker is doing so much work, becoming very hard to kill with. But I think Complexity, both teams find a smoke, get some vision, or like AB Dota, play standard Dota 2, smoke into a hero, left hero. They're all trying to do something meta right now. I really think their pickoff potential is insane. Your Scythe on Complexity is the greatest thing you can ever look into someone, and Tomato's so find someone, he will kill them.
Yeah, sometimes the simplest form of Dota is the best Dota. So Right now, though, Complexity, Boo's leading the way up here, and it seems like the team may be joining over, maybe not. They are going to be smoking it up as or never mind, he was drawing a line as if they were, but they choose not to. But Team Freedom is all the way at the bottom lane themselves. And Tomato is sure enough pushing it out. On a side now next, by the way, as well. Silencer falling back. He is not actually pushing with the team currently. He doesn't have a TP, actually. Don't want to commit all the way up there, only to not have a TP and now unable to port back, I guess. So, just going to walk back the old-fashioned way. Realizing that Freedom is pushing out the bottom lane. So, another case of both teams are kind of split pushing, and they both kind of play the game of chicken now of moving back to their base and defending and pushing it out. So, very, very passive game. Definitely starting to be had here.
This is extremely passive, and at this rate, this could go on for time. Buyback statuses, there's only a couple with them. So be disastrous, especially with that Reaper's catch a core hero. Most notably, short on buyback right now. If you could kill him, you could basically just win.
Big there, smoked up. Oh, Axe blinks in the middle lane. Man, they had a chance right there. That was so close. He does pop by Melons, just in case anything was happening, but obviously not the case. Complexity didn't realize they actually had a chance there to get some kind of snipe. Centaur still smoked up, but he is not going to be able to find a target. They will be caught. Comes out of the smoke even. That smoke gank fails there for Complexity. Effort, but unable to catch anyone, and they're going to go for the shrine, though. This shrine at the bottom, at least, is still up. That's the only one. No, there's a top Complexity shrine also being up. So Team Freedom eventually kills that here. Cards still remaining. Eagle, though, split pushing at the bottom lane. He has those bots now. Mobile. Able to push them out.
Bots are what kind of this late of a time frame, because you can be in multiple lanes very quickly. Cooldown is short. Cruel cooldown, so it does let you around the map a lot faster, and so we're gonna see this being picked by most of the, so they can all split and still get back to the fights.
Oh, it's also amusing when we have Necro here. You got power trip and bots who for each foot here.
Yeah, now he just needs to go Guardian Grease boot strat.
Get all the boots. It's all pretty useful, but I'm sure he'll replace the power trip then. Perhaps that Shiva's. This time being. Hit him with both of them. We got Tomato off to the side here. Very spot to be in. Very careful, but also argue that for Complexity, as they have only one hero nearby, and that's Centaur.
This is just a super delicate dance. Neither team's risking taking a fight, neither team trying to get caught out. They're really just trying to play safe, farm the map up, put lanes out, and just kind of roll. Warding on both. See very, very few wards. A couple that we used to providing.
Bottom lane. Is there a chance here? Man, I feel like they had a chance. And they do not go for it. I mean, Moo was coming in, and so they wanted to wait a little bit longer, but Tomato just play too quick enough. Z-Freak's actually pretty quick up here. Cancel nearby with Z-Freak. He gets on it right there with the Berserker Skull Splitter on top. And the Sunstrike going to miss, actually. He gets away electric in the back under the kick off. Now that X5 going to point out ain't going to happen. The Reaper side takes him at 100 seconds on that resurrection. Now he does have a buyback, but that's finally a move. Complexity comes out on top with it.
Very, very good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Acknowledging the fact that he can go, and Keys was really heads up with his ult there.
Well gotten gains.
Not even a chance.
They have a lot of counter to Axe in that sense, where, you know, Axe is a great initiator, but between the Stampede, as you mentioned there, we saw, and then also the Global Silence. You use the Global Silence right after he jumps in. Could be very little to no follow-up as a result, so. There's some games where Axe feels like no lane, they're going to push in right here. There's some top interaction going out. You got a Boker versus a Centaur. Centaur just holding his own. Never turning with plenty of damage, though. In fact, takes off like a spear, and the EMP comes in. But Tomato's the one that actually is a little bit lower now. He does have a Ghost Walk. A port coming in to assist right here, but they're not going to be able to get there in time. Meanwhile, back at the middle lane, the Racks actually do remain alive. Complexity is retreating. Buyback onto Axe, by the way.
That's the biggest. It was really sad. Ult from Necro was so 10 through the Reaper's down. It was right there, and Cancel didn't quite flash fast enough. So he did get away with about 10 health and then pop. All in all, good pressure from. And they may look to smoke and go right now.
Obviously, Roshan, this will be the third one, so that's the cheese on Roshan here. Both in favor of Team Freedom so far. Complexity, the first one, even they had it, and then stolen by Freedom as they were kind of resetting things, so wanted to let that happen again. Hang out nearby in the base currently is Centaur, but yeah, he's porting back in. Join up with the team. 4,100 life.
Yeah, he just.
Okay, they're gonna go back in here, but now it's Team Freedom's turn to try and attempt to defend, which they most certainly can do. Sigil not ready for Tusk, but 12 seconds. Wants to go. There we go. Remember, K popped on him as well. He throws up the call and he's gonna try to pull him out, but that ain't gonna work. That's enough on that initiation right there.
Yeah, both teams takers have Jug on Complexity, which is Invoker's alright, but you don't have a team that can just sneak in, and so both teams just kind of chip damage turn, and it's going to be what team decides.
Necro's not here right now, and I think that's why Freedom may be going to fuck. He's a big freaking stun. Tusk the one, shaking the damage. He does survive in the meantime. Pops the snowball. That Sunstrike comes out as one. Necro though thrown up in the air. They do finish off Tusk. No buyback on him. Another throw up for Necro with the yields, and the global silence comes out pretty late in the fight, but eventually does. Leshrac being thrown back in. The Diabolic Edict. The ultimate, the Pulse Nova, not going to matter. He goes down 2-0. Double kill for Monkeys, and now they are going to finish off Roshan here for certain. So that 3-man stun though for Monkeys, that was huge.
That was huge. And they did take the back from a little gem picked up in that. 3 roast is probably a little high ground kill. We have 36. Get a wave there in about. And Centaur is more than.
Make his way up there and looks to do that, but yeah, the rest of them, well, not really the rest of them, the 3 of them here. Now you do have Rubik, sure enough, Zephyr getting towards the bottom lane. He has Battle Hunger as his ability, pretty worthless ability, really.
It stops blinks.
Something.
Might get reached.
Wow. That, yeah. 120 seconds, yeah. He is not coming back. That could be game as mentioned. At the bottom lane, did Zephyr just stop a TP?
It looks like it.
I think he might have. Yeah, that was his plan. And he sure enough, they'll stop the TP. So now they're without Sven as well as the base. And they have to defend with just Leshrac and Tusk. Invoker, of course, nearby as well. But the 3 of them against the that are here, that is such a difficult task to jump in. That's going to be one last from those Eagles. We'll buy back immediately. Fucking Reaper percentage right there. But Centaur, 4,200 live, just taking up all the damage that they're attempting to do. Which isn't much from the looks of it. Eagle on the back line trying to catch Silencer. That ain't gonna work though. Yields up in the air. Play delay the inevitable. The crit comes out. Juggernaut finishes the job. Monkeys will barely survive again. He'll come out as the snowball in from Juby. They might have still said they're finally due as the Crystal's crit. Sven comes out, but now canceled. Just going back in. He doesn't have an 8 to start. Okay, that's it. What am I saying?
Yeah, it's on that.
Oh, the sides in the background. That should all but do it. Yeah, GG well played. Complexity will take King 2. And they'll finish 2-0. And I was kind of looking at the standings here. They pretty much needed a 2-0 to have a hope to move on.
Yeah, they did.
They fell behind a little bit against obviously the favorites of DC, but with the 2-0, there still is at least hope mathematically. So that's good for them. On the other side for Team Freedom, this pretty much wraps up their chances, if not already.
Yeah, I believe they were.
Reserve time.
Yeah. So now here we are, the draft of the second game, and interesting start to this one too, as you would expect. But Leshrac picked up by Team Freedom, almost like a takeaway from Complexity, but also, of course, run it themselves, do well. But Rubik, Juggernaut response, and then Sven, actually the second pick for Freedom. But I mean, you know Freedom pretty well. Are they comfortable with Leshrac as well?
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Really?
5 seconds remaining.
It's getting it's getting late strat. So we just want to be done, damn it now. Yeah, that'll be curious to see if that perhaps comes up here. But Centaur coming out for Complexity, all right, with the third pick, immediate Evoker pick though. For both the captains seem pretty confident with what they. There we go. Seems like it. So gonna look to take advantage of that. We'll see if Monkeys, first you'd figure, gonna be the one to get his hands on that, being the offlane player. But all right, Freedom really dipping into that extra time now, the reserve time here, and we went flying through this draft to all of a sudden slowing down a bit.
Yeah, I think they're trying to find mics here. Wow.
Whoa.
That's a hero that hasn't existed patch.
Oh. He was played a couple of times at Dota Pit, I want to say, but
yep.
Yeah,
I think it did very well.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's an
5 seconds remaining.
But I mean, all this is saying yet again, kind of the freedom. If you snowball in, then you stun, and you have the. It does do a lot, but Complexity can kind of temper that aggression with stuff like Stampede. You out of range of the snowball, just spinning it with bugs, you know, and even globaling it right as they come up. So a lot of answers.
Have not casted a Tusk game yet, so this will be fun for me as well. That should be fun to watch. I mean, Tusk I know potentially could be a fun hero, but not a popular one. So yeah, we'll see how this works. You mentioned the snowball though, and they already have a team that will be pretty good against it, and they're just going to finish with an axe though. All right.
Now we're going to have to see what they do with this. It's their X factor this game. They go a bunch of R's early game, go stuff like lads again. We're going to again have to look to
10 seconds remaining.
5 minutes, or they're going to really struggle.
5 seconds remaining.
Incredibly well. Bouncer does well throughout the game. Rubik just gets better as it goes on.
Reserve time.
Again, this kind of feels like an early game versus more balanced draft.
Go for the cutthroat early on, so see if that playstyle definitely reflects that, and if they're able to pull it off, or if Complexity going to hold it. And, you know, that's probably what's going through Melon's head right now as well, as far as, oh, that's their game plan, so what do we want to do with this final pick? I kind of answer that. Necro! Love it. Yeah. You know, Necro's, because I brought this up before, that now in the European region, Team Liquid has actually been running a fair amount of Necro, and they're the top team, actually, in the European region right now. They've won a lot of their, I don't know the exact stats, but they won at least the 2 or 3 games that I watched them play with it, so.
It's an incredibly strong hero.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team kick. Rubik. Radiant team pick.
All right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the broadcast here, our final game of the night coming at you, Starlighter I-League StarSeries American Qualifiers. Complexity versus Team Freedom, Game 2. Complexity up 1-0. Again, I'm joined by my co-caster here, Z-Rock. And Complexity, I mean, they just honestly looked impressive in that first game. I don't know if Team Freedom necessarily played that poorly. It's just Complexity was the better team in that game 1-0.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Silencer now coming out. We're just flying through this draft all of a sudden.
Ten seconds remaining.
Freedom thinking about their fourth one. Okay, spending a little bit more time now may actually dip into that reserve time. You figure they got Sven as the one, you got Invoker, of course, mid, and then Leshek as that support most likely. So still need another support in the off lane. The roles that fine right here. But Silencer on the other side, and that could always be just one of those difficult heroes to go against. And wonder if that's going to be a core or a support Silencer. Is a question that's brought up.
Yeah, at this point, I think it could be. They're plenty fine flexing it in slot. So it's just a question of, do you think Mata's Invoker Silencer? And I think normally the answer to that is no. Unless you're going to have a lot of roams, a lot of break the lanes up.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good right now. Gets its levels, it does damage, and lane. Because if you ever leave, Starsky will kill your character. Ledge does